Motion is an idea so basic that most of us probably don't think about it every day. Isaac Newton, famous English scientist, however, gave us 3 laws to explain motion in a formal manner. These 3 laws answer questions such as, how are we able to stand? How do forces affect our motion? And why are some objects harder to move than others? Newton's first law generally states that all objects have inertia. Inertia is the tendency for these objects to resist changes in their velocity, which is also known as acceleration. Usually this is based on the mass of an object. More massive objects tend to have more inertia, meaning they're harder to, especially when they're at rest, move. So, for example, we have a couch here. Couches generally are one of the more massive objects that you may have, especially when moving in a house. So pushing a couch against the floor would generally be difficult because they're massive. But if I had something lighter, for example, I will bring in my little sister Mia. She's not as massive as this couch, so she will have less inertia because she's not as massive as the couch. It will be easier then to push her off screen. Newton's second law describes the relationship between forces and motion. There are 2 ways to describe this relationship, through balanced and unbalanced forces. An object experiencing a balance of forces will experience constant velocity. It will neither speed up nor slow down, or if it is at rest, will remain at rest. However, if it is experiencing an unbalance of forces, then the object will accelerate. It will speed up, it will slow down, or it will get out of rest, or it will get into rest. One of the best examples of this is gravity. Gravity is a constant acceleration of 9.81 meters per second squared towards the surface. If I were to jump into the air, I would hit the ground after accelerating for 9.81 meters per second squared. And it would still be accelerating for 9.81 meters per second squared because gravity continues to push down on my body. So if gravity is pushing down on my body, why am I in the same position? Well, Newton's third law basically says that for every force, there is an equal and opposite force that acts against it. So since I'm pushing down on the floor is the only thing that could push up against me, and it is. It pushes up against me with the same amount of force that I'm pushing down on it. Another way to describe it would be to pull and push against someone or something. In this case, I'll use again my little sister. If we were both to pull with the same amount of force, we both wouldn't move, because we're both pulling with an equal but opposite reaction. But if I were to pull my little sister a little harder, then she would move towards me because of Newton's second law. One more thing outside of the 3 laws of motion that I'd like to add is that weight and mass are not the same thing. The mass of an object is the amount of matter that it has, whereas the weight of an object is the mass multiplied by the amount of gravity it endures. The ideas of Newton's 3 laws are surrounding us whether we see it or not. If you can see it, it'll completely change the way you view the world.